Today, two things are going to happen. I'm going to paint this wall and you're going to get a complete English language workout. You'll listen to a real British conversation, learn all the important vocabulary that's used, and then you'll practice your English speaking skills to help you sound more natural and confident. Hi, I'm Steve. Let's do this.
Do you need a lift with that?
No, I'm alright, Tar. I'm only doing this one wall. It's been doing my head in for ages.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It's this tiny white mark here. When I'm making videos, it sticks out like a sore thumb.
Honestly, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. I can hardly see it.
Hi, I'm Steve. Well, it gets on my nerves, and anyway, it's not a big job. I'll have it done in a jiffy. Actually, while you're here, could you fetch a screwdriver to help me get the lid off this paint?
No problem. Here you are. Will you be long? I'm getting peckish.
Shouldn't be. Half an hour tops. It should be a dodle.
Fair play. That looks spot on.
Thanks, it's not bad if I do say so myself.
It's much better than our first attempt at decorating. Do you remember what a dog's dinner we made of the bedroom in our first house?
You can say that again. It was a right state. We had more paint on ourselves than on the walls.
To be fair, we've got the hang of it now. We're much better these days.
True, right. I'd better clean the brush and roller.
That's a good shout. While you do that, I'll put the kettle on.
Sound. Now let's go through that conversation and break down all the everyday words and expressions that were used. This will really help you sound more natural when you speak. A free guide of all the vocabulary has been sent to your email inbox. But if you haven't given me your email, simply click the link in the description to get your totally free copy. Now first, Kerry asked if I needed a lift with the painting.
Do you need a lift with that?
She wasn't offering to take me somewhere in her car, which is the usual meaning of lift. In this context, to give someone a lift means to help them with a task, especially one that's a bit physical.
Do you need a lift with that?
I turned down the offer of help, using a casual replacement for thank you. No, I'm alright, Tar. Tar. It's used in the same way as thanks or cheers. If you're going to make use of tar, make the vowel sound long. It's not ta, it's tar. You try. Tar. Then I said the little mark had been doing my head in. I'm only doing this one wall. It's been doing my head in for ages. You can see it's gone. To sound natural when you say this, join the head and in together by moving the D over, so head in becomes head in. And at normal speed, doing my head in, doing my head in. You try. Doing my head in is a very common way to say that something is really annoying or frustrating you.
Having no hot water is doing my head in.
Next, you heard me say that when I make videos, the mark sticks out like a sore thumb. This is a great idiom. It means something is very noticeable because it's different from everything around it. You also heard another great idiom, make a mountain out of a molehill, which means to make something sound really important when really it's not important at all.
I can't remember every single English tense.
You're making a mountain out of a molehill.
I said the job would be done in a jiffy, and a jiffy is an informal word for a moment or a very short space of time.
I'm just going to the toilet. I won't be a jiffy.
When I asked for a screwdriver, I used the word fetch. Actually, while you're here, could you fetch a screwdriver to help me get the lid off this paint? And fetch simply means to go and get something and then bring it back. It's a word you'll hear all the time in Britain, especially when people have dogs. They throw the ball and shout fetch. The dog goes after it and brings it back. Next, Kerry said she was getting peckish, which is a lovely word that we use when we're a little bit hungry. Not starving, just hungry enough to want a small snack.
I can't eat all that. I'm only peckish.
I told her, half an hour tops. Tops is a brilliant word that will make you sound like a native English speaker. It means at an absolute maximum, or no more than.
I'm only going to spend £100 tops on my shoes.
Then I said, it should be a dodle. A dodle is an English slang term for a task that's very easy to do. It's a dodle.
Learning English with Steve is a dodle.
When Kerry saw the finished wall, she said,
Fair play. That looks spot on.
this is a fantastic modern phrase. It's a way of giving someone credit or respect for something. It means good job, or I have to admit you did well. Fair play. You also heard her say, and this is another very common way to say something is exactly right or perfect. It's spot on.
It's taken me all day, but now this report is spot on.
I then praised myself by saying, thanks, it's not bad if I do say so myself. This is a funny expression you can add when you're complimenting yourself. It shows you're proud of your work without sounding too arrogant.
I'm not bad at swimming, even if I do say so myself.
Next, Kerry mentioned that our first attempt at decorating was a dog's dinner. And this is a classic British expression. If you make a dog's dinner of something, you make a complete mess of it.
I made a dog's dinner when I booked this holiday.
I replied with, you can say that again. This is an expression we use to show that we strongly agree with what someone has just said. Notice there's two ways of saying again. You could say again, as I did here, or again. You can say that again, you can say that again. Both are right. You choose whichever one you want to say, and it's fine. I commented that our old bedroom was in a right state. It was a right state. In everyday British English, we often use right to mean very or completely. So a right state means something is really messy or in a bad condition. Kerry then said that we'd now got the hang of it. And if you get the hang of something, it means you've learned how to do it properly after some practice.
I've really got the hang of making pots.
I agreed by saying, that's a good shout. This is a very current and common phrase that simply means, that's a good idea, that's a good suggestion.
I believe this idea is a really good shout.
Kerry must have been impressed because she offered to put the kettle on. And this is an expression you hear all the time in Great Britain. It means to boil water to make a cup of tea. And my reply to that was one word: sound. This is a common informal word used to say good, great or okay. Now it's your turn to really boost your English speaking skills by taking part in that conversation yourself. Your words will appear on the screen as you need them. For the best results, speak out loud. No, I'm alright, Tar. I'm only doing this one wall. It's been doing my head in for ages. It's this tiny white mark here. When I'm making videos, it sticks out like a sore thumb. Hi, I'm Steve. Well, it gets on my nerves, and anyway, it's not a big job. I'll have it done in a jiffy. Actually, while you're here, could you fetch a screwdriver to help me get the lid off this paint? Shouldn't be. Half an hour tops. It should be a dodle. Thanks, it's not bad if I do say so myself. You can say that again. It was a right state. We had more paint on ourselves than on the walls. True, right. I'd better clean the brush and roller. Sound. If you're looking for another English lesson that's spot on or sound, you can click on this video. I'll see you next time.